two double overtime games, two Thunder wins. Shea drops 55 to go along with 26 from AJ Mitchell against the Pacers. And of course, we know that the Thunder beat the Houston Rockets on ring night. It's been a super eventful first couple of games for the Oklahoma City Thunder, and I am excited to talk about it. My name is Nathan, and this is Thunder Up Talk. So I want to begin. I do have a few thoughts on these first two games. I would like to begin with the first game. Ring night was just awesome as a fan to watch. Uh, First of all, the rings that they got were incredibly awesome and intricate. I could see that they were able to like take the top off, and there was like more to it. It was really cool. I think I saw that they had like zero and zero, like their zero and zero mentality, which I think was awesome. They talked about that all year, and just a lot of little small details all on the ring. Um, it was just super emotional and awesome to watch the guys be excited as they get their rings, see how they reacted. And I really thought it was telling when Shea got his ring and joined the group. That's when like the excitement really came up. All the guys were getting excited, and it was just like they were excited. They were feeding off the energy of their leader in Shea, and it was really cool. And then we got to watch the banner go up, and all the players were touching the banner as it was going up, and I just thought that was really cool. It showed what winning a championship means to all those guys. It really did, and it was so cool to watch. To add on to that, we had an incredible first game of the season. Watching us go against the Houston Rockets, um, Kevin Durant was really good. He only had 23 points, but he was efficient and good. Shingun, I think, had 39 points. He was really, really good as well. Um, Shea in the first half was he had a pretty terrible game, especially for his standards, but he had a pretty bad game. He only had 5 points. He was kind of taking it easy, it felt like. Um, but in that first half, Chet was incredible. He scored 20 points, and it was just awesome to see him be aggressive. And he was really, really trying to score the basketball, and I loved seeing that. When the Rockets were playing zone a little bit, I'm sure you've heard what you want to do is get the ball in the middle. So Chet would flash to the middle a lot, and he got a ton of well, what felt like, but he got several mid-range shots that I think are just perfect for him. I have actually talked about that in the past. I am all for him shooting a ton of threes. He needs to. He probably needs to shoot more. I do think there's an area in his game where, uh, like he did, flashing to the middle, catching it at the mid post or at the nail. He can really do a lot of damage right there, and because he's just so tall, nobody's really going to block that shot, and it'll be a pretty effortless shot for him. So it was cool to see him play so well in that first half. He ended up with 28 points, which is still a phenomenal stat line for him. And of course, going into the half, it was really cool to see AJ Mitchell get that and one on the three. So they were up, the Rockets were up 10 points, and with that AJ Mitchell and one, he got it to six. And that was a really big, pivotal moment, I felt like. It felt like, okay, we're only down single digits now, and going from 10 to six is a really big deal. So, um, more to come on AJ Mitchell. He can really play. But again, that game was so great. And then I love the fact that in the second half, Shea just he took over. So he ended up with 35 points, but in the clutch, in the fourth quarter, in the overtimes, he was phenomenal. It just felt like he was hitting clutch bucket after clutch bucket, pull up here, pull up there. He did miss a few free throws that were odd for him. I think he ended up missing four free throws in the game, which is a ton for him. But again, when it mattered most, he was absolutely incredible. I personally kind of enjoyed watching Kevin Durant have some timely miscues for us. For starters, he missed a clutch free throw that could have made the game a 3-point game instead of just the 2-point game. He dribbled the ball off his foot one time, so that was a turnover. He, of course, called a timeout that they didn't have. He didn't get caught with that one. He should have. Everyone knows it. And then, of course, the last thing he jumped on Shay's pump fake there at the very end, which everyone does, and sent Shay to the free throw line for those pivotal free throws there at the end. So KD was pretty good, but it's kind of felt like he kind of fell apart a little bit there at the end, especially in comparison to Shea. And I gotta say, I loved every bit of it. I also loved the fans booing him. It was the perfect night to be super excited, celebrating your team, and then being able to boo Kevin and remind him that we didn't forget that he left and betrayed us. And on top of that, it makes it so much sweeter when it's your MVP, Shea, the finals MVP, who's carrying the team, and he gets Kevin to foul him to basically ice the game. I mean, does it get any better than that? I say no. So that game was just incredible, and was super emotional. And yeah, I just absolutely loved it. And then, of course, we have the Pacers game. And that Pacers game felt like a game 8 of the NBA Finals. I've heard that several times. I was texting a buddy of mine saying the same thing. It just felt, it's physical. The Pacers were trying very, very hard to win that game. And of course, the Thunder were too. Um, this is Shea's career night. He scored 55 points, and he was good from the get go. He was just dominating the entire game. He did end up with 26 free throws, which, of course, we're going to have to hear everyone cry about free throw merchant this, free throw merchant that. And I don't care. And in fact, this is my tip for every Thunder fan, just embrace it. Nobody talked about this with D Wade, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, no one, like James Harden. People, for whatever reason, have nothing else to cry about with this Thunder team and with Shea. And the fact that he gets to the free throw line like every other historical MVP, multi-time All-Star, uh, it's just crazy. So what I say is just embrace it. Just embrace the hate. Uh, we're going to keep getting it if we keep winning, especially if we keep winning championships as well. So, but yeah, he was extremely dominant. And of course, this was AJ Mitchell's breakout game. And he he is really, really good. Um, I thought he could eventually be a starter later on down the road. Maybe not for the Thunder. I don't know what that will look like. I am kind of like he will for sure be a starter for some team in the NBA someday. I don't know if we're going to be able to afford the guy after his contract is up. So he scored 26 points. And what I can say about AJ Mitchell, he has command. He doesn't get nervous. It doesn't feel like he just is always in command. He has an ability to get to the paint, so he can beat his man off the dribble, which is something that we don't have a whole lot of. Obviously, Shea can do that. J Dub can do that. A lot of our bench guys, that's really not their game. Um, Aaron Wiggins can kind of get to the rim. He usually has to resort to like the spin move. Um, and it works out a lot of the time. But AJ Mitchell just seems a little different. It seems like it's a little more effortless. He kind of has a herky jerky kind of stop and go ability, and then once he goes, he can really go. So I think that's going to be incredible for the Thunder. And on top of that, I I'm just wondering where's Topic going to get minutes? I already knew that AJ Mitchell is better than Topic. Watching the summer league, watching preseason, like I just knew it. But watching these real games, like I'm just thinking, how is Topic going to get on the court? Um, but again, AJ Mitchell was incredible. I thought this was really telling too. In like the fourth quarter, even in overtimes, like where it really matters, there were several times where Shea was still in the game and AJ was bringing the ball down the court. And on top of that, there were sets where Shea was setting a screen. So the MVP of the NBA, the finals MVP, setting a screen for a second year guard to get into their set and run their play is extremely telling to me. First off, for a superstar like Shea to do something like that isn't something super common. We all kind of remember that's something that Russell Westbrook just never did. He didn't set screens. He wanted the ball in his hands at all the time. No knock on him. That's a pretty common thing. So again, that is just another thing that I'm so proud and happy to have Shea be the leader of this team because he's he's selfless. Setting a screen isn't a whole lot of fun. I think he is able to see the bigger picture, that it's good for the team. Nonetheless, it's not an easy thing to do. Um, and then just to have the confidence in, again, a second year guy in AJ Mitchell to have the ball in his hands when the minutes really matter, again, was just big time. So I can't talk any more highly at this point, and it may feel like an overreaction after two games, but it's just his feel and command for the game that I'm just like, wow, 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 wow. But the Pacers played really good. I love the Pacers. I absolutely love that team. They play so hard. They're physical. Um, they also, like the Thunder, just never give up, and they're they're a team that make some of the hardest shots. I watched some of the highlights again. Um, a couple of times, like the defender was all over Siakam or one of the other guys. They would like bank in a three or hit, and they would be completely contested. I mean, it was just crazy. So, but I do love that team, and I'm glad we got that win as well. Um, just big picture, these first two games were so much fun to watch. I think we need to cool it with the double overtimes. But again, it was extremely entertaining. But yeah, we need to chill out with those. Shea was about to die after the ends of these games, just because these guys are, of course, in extremely good shape. But you still get into game shape as the season goes along a little bit, for sure. So, and it doesn't help that we have some injuries going on too. Now, Casey Wallace didn't play, Caruso didn't play, J Dub, of course, Topic, of course, and then Joe. So we aren't even close to being fully healthy at all. So to pull out these two wins feels really rewarding. And once we start to get some of these guys back, I'm just thinking, man, 70 win season is not out of reach. I kind of felt like that before. But to see us have a competent team with like when Wiggins and AJ Mitchell were out there with Shea, I wasn't like, oh my goodness, the bench guys are out there with Shea. What are we gonna do? It just felt like the normal team. So that just shows how much depth we have as a team. And boy, is it exciting. I kind of feel bad for Sam Presti because here in the next year or two, he's got some really difficult decisions to make. But right now, I'm not going to worry about that and just hope that we are able to make it to the finals again this year. So that's really all I wanted to talk about. Some of those key points to me in these first couple of games. It does not get any better than that. Thunder basketball is so back, and I love it. Let me know what your favorite things of either one of these two games were. I'd love to hear it, especially ring night, or obviously playing the finals opponent in the in the Pacers. So let me know what your favorite part of the season has been so far, or if there have been any surprises for you. I would absolutely love to hear that. With that, I will talk to you later. Thunder up.